dear students, welcome back to your maths class. Today in maths we are going to start chapter 5, multiplication. Children, we are going to take the learning of number operations further with this multiplication. I am sure you are already aware of what multiplication is. Children, in your previous classes, multiplication was introduced to you as repeated addition. Okay, that is, if we take a number and add it repeatedly, that is again and again. Say for example, we have taken 5 and we are adding it once, twice, thrice. That is, we have added 5 3 times. So what answer do we get? We get 15. So when 5 is added 3 times, the answer is 15. We can represent this in a different way. That is, 3 times 5 is 3 multiplied by 5 equals to 15. Okay, this is how we represent the repeated addition in a simpler form called multiplication. That is, when 5 is added 3 times, the result is 15. So a simpler form of multiplication is repeated addition. Now, let us move on to the terms of multiplication. Children, the number which we multiply, the number which is to be multiplied is called the multiplicand. The number by which we multiply, the multiplicand is called the multiplier. The answer that we get after multiplication is called the product. Okay, so when the multiplicand is multiplied by the multiplier, the answer is the product. In this example, 134 is the multiplicand, the number which is to be multiplied. 2 is the multiplier, that is, we are going to double the multiplicand. Okay, and the answer which we get is 268 is the product. This question can be represented horizontally as 134 multiplied by 2 equals to 268. It is also read as 134 into 2 equals to 268, or 2 times 134 is equal to 268. Now we will take a look at some of the properties of multiplication that we have learned in the previous class. Children, now that you know that multiplication is a form of repeated addition, let us review the properties of multiplication that we learnt earlier in class 3. First, the product of two numbers does not change when we change the order of the numbers. For example, if we multiply 25 by 13 or 13 by 25, the answer will be the same. Let us take a simple example. If we multiply 5 by 2 or we multiply 2 by 5, the answer will be the same, that is 10. Okay. The second property states that the product of three numbers does not change when we change the grouping of the numbers. For example, here there are three numbers which are to be multiplied. 20 multiplied by 8 into 4. Okay. Here we have done the grouping, that is, we will be multiplying these two together and then with 20. If we consider this, then the answer in this case will be 20 multiplied by 4 8s are 32. So what will be the answer, children? The answer will be 640, isn't it? So if we change the grouping here, that is, we multiply 20 with 8 first and then with 4, here also the answer will be the same. Okay, it will be 80 multiplied by 8, which is again equal to 640. So in both the cases, even if we change the grouping of the numbers, the answer or the product is going to be the same. Then the third property says that the product of a number by 1 is the number itself. That is, whenever we multiply any number by 1, the answer is always the number, no matter how small or big that number is. Fourth property, the product of a number by 0 is always 0. Here also, when we multiply any number, no matter how big or small, by 0, the answer is always 0. The fifth property is the product of a number by the sum of two numbers is the same as the sum of the products of that number by the two numbers separately. For example, here we have 15 multiplied by 45 plus 8. So here the product will be 15 multiplied by the sum of 45 plus 38, that is 15 multiplied by 83. Or we can also do it as first 15 is multiplied by 45 plus when 15 is multiplied by 38. So in both the cases, that is when 15 is multiplied by 45, the answer is 675, plus when 15 multiplied by 38, we get 570. So in both the cases, 15 multiplied by 83 or 675 plus 570, which is the product of these two numbers separately, the answer is 1245. The answer will be 1245 or 1245. So we can say that the product of a number by the sum of two numbers is the same as the sum of the products of the two numbers separately.